Tyrus Jefferson from the University of Arkansas on his third attempt in the preliminaries. 18 athletes qualified, only 8 advanced to the finals. Here's his third and final attempt. It's important for the team title for Arkansas. His jump, good enough to get him into the final.
And a good jump.
It's a fair jump. Jefferson using 140 feet of runway.
You think?
35 yards. He has 26 feet, 3 inches, moves him into first place. The athletes have 3 jumps each on this, the final round. 8 athletes are in the final round, each having 3 jumps. 10 others have been dropped in the preliminary round. This is Kenny Harrison from Kansas State. A top triple jumper, long jumper.
And it is a fair one.
A man with a vertical jump of 44 inches. Only 4 inches shy of 4 feet straight up he can go. He finished third in this event last year.
I'd like to remind you to look at page number 20. Downtown restaurants remain open at the underground area.
Harrison gets out
11 3/4 for Harrison.
24 feet,
Vernon George.
11 3/4 inches. And that actually moves him temporarily, because there's 2 more rounds left, into second place. Texas Southern's Vernon George is next up. You can see the anxiety level. One of the difficulties of this event is the boards itself they're running on. Every board runway is different because it has different amount of spring that it gives back to the legs. You're running, in some cases, 40 yards down a runway to make your last step no more than 2 inches off the edge of the board that will be measured. And when you're running at 95% of your speed, that is difficult to do. Good extension for George.
North Carolina State scored a point for his school last year.
Remember, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. Get the team scoring.
Watch him reach. Look at him reach. You fold yourself into almost a U shape to extend and get the most out of the jump possible.
He equals the leader.
Watch him. Opposite knee drives high. Reach down as far as you can.
Great jump.
A 26-foot, 8-inch long jumper outdoors. He also gets out 26 feet, 3 inches. He ties for the lead with Tyrus Jefferson from Arkansas. The defending champion, Ester from Northeast Louisiana. This is his first attempt. Athletes are getting into sports psychology today as well as training, and look at the positive attitude and feedback he's trying to give himself. Amazingly, this senior does not run the 100 despite his speed. Did not get a great deal of height on that jump.
7.78. Jenna Stark of Oregon State third, 7.91. Sharon Church of North Carolina.
Speed is the essential ingredient in this event. I mentioned about the speed factor in this event. 90% of the distance is achieved before the final step. It's the approach, it's your vertical takeoff, and it's your speed down the runway. Texas football star Eric Metcalf, one of America's 10 top long jumpers as a collegian. Good extension by Metcalf. He got all of the board. He has not had much time to train, his coaches told me. He's been preoccupied with football just up until the last month and a half. Many of these athletes train right through the fall. This is the actual board. Look at it. He actually got the toe of his foot on the black plasticine, which is a soft material used to gauge when an athlete steps over the white line. That's a foul by Metcalf. One of the Oklahoma stars here competing. This is Russell Adams. Adams has advanced into the final. His best in the preliminaries, 25, 10 1/4. Not a good jump. Did not get much height, did not extend as well as the rest of the athletes. Note the difference. Many of them fold into a total U shape. He did not get a good jump off then, and he knows it.
Track will be changed at 8 o'clock. The 4 by 800 meter or 3,200 meter relays for the women first.
He is currently in 6th place right now. That jump just 24 feet, 3/4 of an inch. This is Llewellyn Starks from Northwest Louisiana.
That in Indiana State.
Good extension by Starks.
Pretty well, hasn't it?
There's the distance that Starks went. Now that will be measured electronically all the way back to where he took off. 24 feet, 11 3/4 of an inch. They have 1 minute from the time that light goes on to begin their jump before they get a cautionary yellow light. That adds another 30 seconds. Their total time is 1.5 minutes in the top of the runway after the pit has been cleared. This is George Ogbeide from Nigeria, a 19-year-old sophomore. Ogbeide got his first jump off in the preliminaries out to a distance of 26 feet, 2 1/4 inches. He led from the very beginning. But of course now we're in the first round of the final and 2 men have passed him. Tyrus Jefferson, Vernon George are first and second. He passed on his next 2 jumps. This is where his foot came down just over the line by a matter of 1 inch after running 40 yards. Ogbeide getting some advice from the stands as there's 2 rounds left in the long jump. When we return, a field event many people feel has the most coordinated athletes in track and field. Tyrus Jefferson will be up, but we thought we'd show you the art of long jumping, which in its last few strides is very similar to touching the rim in basketball. You coil down a bit, you shorten your last steps, you spring up, you drive off the board with your opposite knee driving high. Watch the different techniques. One, Eric Metcalf is a power long jumper, where Tyrus Jefferson uses more finesse and his fine speed. The upper torso lifts. The back is arched. The head is back. Jefferson gets more height. Metcalf uses more power.
Another good jump by Jefferson.
Jefferson's best so far, 26 feet, 3 inches. Has him tied for first place. There's the device that actually measures and calibrates to centimeters each jump. 25 feet, 9 1/2 inches. That is a better second jump, 25 feet, 9 1/2, than Vernon George has, so it moves him into the lead. Jefferson now leading for Arkansas. George has fell back slightly there. His backside fell back beyond his heel marks. He loses a little bit of distance.
Side by side,
25 feet, 3 1/2 inches. Keeps him in second place. Ester up next. Round 5, the defending champion. Good jump for Ester. He's out there. When you make a good jump, these athletes are so calibrated, they know within a matter of 3 or 4 inches whether it's a great jump or a good jump or a poor one. He got all of the toe board. Good height, good extension, reaches well, falls down, good clearance.
All this will be with one of the Louisiana State.
Ester pretty pumped up there. Doesn't know the distance exactly. There it is, 26 feet 4 1/4 inches. By just 1 1/4 inches, he moves into the lead, and there's your official results. The defending champion, Andre Ester from Northeast Louisiana gets 10 points for his school.